The fruits and flowers of pro football need no introduction. They are the glamour figures of American sport. They take their place on the field amid acclaim and adulation, while other equally interesting faces go unrecognized. The most anonymous and ignored of this breed is the offensive lineman, football's ground soldier. Seldom is this shadowy domain probed by public scrutiny, yet week after week along this narrow strip of turf, called the line of scrimmage, offensive linemen determine the course of each game. To the unpracticed eye, offensive line play is a chaotic swirl of unrelated energy. But actually, each man's task is well defined and crucial to the success or failure of any play. Proper technique can allow an offense to open up and prosper, while a misstep or faulty execution will doom even a well-conceived game plan to failure. Positively or negatively, offensive linemen are a factor in every play. Last week, all around the league, the battles raged as usual, up and down the line. During the show, we'll feature the outcome of some of these struggles and demonstrate that the final score is often determined by who wins these duels in the dust. Out in San Diego, one charged-up offensive line ran right into trouble. The Oakland Raider defense quickly took over the scrimmage line. Here, Otis Sistrunk, number 60, has penetrated the San Diego backfield through a Charger lineman. This domination leaves the runner nowhere to turn. Even when the San Diego line did give number 14, Dan Fouts, a little time to throw, there were breakdowns elsewhere. Number 26, Skip Thomas, took this interception as San Diego managed to scrape together only 93 total yards for the entire day. Trouble was, Oakland's offense fared a little better. After a long afternoon of offensive futility, the Young Turks finally gave way to Methuselah. 48-year-old George Blanda provided the game's only points with 2 field goals for a 6-0 Oakland victory. Meanwhile, out in St. Louis, the Cardinal offensive line met with much greater success. Dan Deerdorf led the way against the New York Giants from his right tackle position. On this play, Deerdorf post blocks his man to seal off the inside, while guard Conrad Dobler, number 66, pulls and kicks out on the linebacker, providing a funnel of daylight for quick Terry Metcalf, number 21. Metcalf is the type of runner who can make good use of his blocks while running a play that develops his diagram, but when the need arises, can also improvise and adjust. Against New York, Terry Metcalf and the offensive line were an unbeatable combination. When Metcalf wasn't carrying the ball, number 35, Jim Otis, took over. The hole that the offensive line provided was similar, but the style was different. While Metcalf outquicks, Otis overpowers. Otis barreled in to secure a 26-14 St. Louis victory that was as much a tribute to an excellent offensive line as it was to a couple of young running backs who each gained over 100 yards rushing for the day. In New York's Shea Stadium, the Jets' offensive line was preparing to go the same infantry route. A strong running attack had led them to an easy victory over Kansas City the week before. But the New England Patriots came out tough against the run, so quarterback Joe Namath opted for Plan B, much to the dismay of Patriot defensive backs. Provided with proper time, Joe Willie can still shoot a secondary full of holes. In the first half, Namath threw 13 completions in 16 attempts, and the reason was simple. When a defensive line is kept this far away, the man makes magic happen. Number 88, Rich Castor, scored from the 2-yard line on a quick out, as the Patriots watched a once promising season continue to disintegrate. New England coach Chuck Fairbanks anxiously observed the season's debut of his most important player, quarterback Jim Plunkett, number 16. But the effects of a preseason shoulder separation were still painfully apparent. With timing rusty and passes somewhat forced, Plunkett soon realized that his comeback had been attempted too soon. Number 56, Godwin Turk, a second-year linebacker from Southern University, celebrated his first pro interception in grand style. While the Patriots faltered, Namath continued his bombing run, this time tucking the ball into a corner for number 83, Jerome Barkham. In the fourth quarter, third stringer Steve Grogan, number 14, took over for Plunkett and finally gave New England some offense. But the touchdown pass to rookie tight end Russ Francis, number 81, came long after the game had been decided, down where it usually is decided, along the line of scrimmage. It was here that the Jets really did the job. The source of Sugar Bear Hamilton's frustration can be shown on a replay, as number 12 takes advantage of yet another perfect pass pocket. By day's end, Namath had thrown 4 touchdown passes. Castor had 6 receptions for 110 yards, and once again the glamour figures got most of the credit. But the game ball went to the New York offensive line, the faceless men who made it all happen in a resounding 36-7 New York victory.